While Homotherium left behind quite a distinguished legacy among its kin, it wasn't without its setbacks. Rather ironically, despite this lineage of cats being heavily associated with the last ice age, sabertooths began to heavily decline toward the start of this significant prehistoric event. Following the conclusion of the Pliocene, Homotherium itself began to disappear slowly but surely. It first disappeared from Africa around 1.5 million years ago during the early Pleistocene, restricting it to Eurasia and North America. Following the mid-Pleistocene transition, Homotherium began to disappear from Eurasia. At around 300 to 200,000 years ago, Homotherium was gone from Europe, around the time earlier cats such as Megantherion, Dinofelis, Eurasian pumas, and the Eurasian jaguar would also disappear, and coinciding with the emergence of the second Eurasian cave lion subspecies. Competition with archaic humans such as Homo heidelbergensis may have also played a role in their gradual decline. Amusingly, despite being the first bearer of the saber-toothed tiger nickname, it's possible that East to Southeast Asian Homotheriums may have been outcompeted by tigers themselves. However, our current isotopic evidence may contradict this. South American Homotherines, be they Homotherium or Xenosmilus, only lasted until 1 million to 500,000 years ago during the Middle Pleistocene. From the remainder of the Middle to the Late Pleistocene, North America had the highest concentration of Homotheriums. However, they seem to have gradually recolonized Eurasia over the course of the Pleistocene. The mummified cub from Siberia and the skull from the North Sea indicate the most recent occurrence of Old World Homotheriums at 37 to 19 to 20,000 years ago, and possibly a redistribution as the North Sea remains are genetically closer to the North American species than they are to the previous European specimens, further justifying potential synonymization of H. serum into H. latidens. However, Homotherium still struggled in North America. Several isotopic analyses have indicated that Homotheriums were most active in eastern Beringia during times when cave lions and short-faced bears were less common, only to be outcompeted when their prey items began to decline and their aforementioned competition became more widespread. By 12,000 years during the late Pleistocene, Homotherium would finally go extinct, bringing an end to its tribe's existence and leaving Smilodon populator as the sole Machairodon survivor up until its own extinction at around 10,000 to 8,200 years ago during the early Holocene epoch. It is readily apparent that the extinction of these animals was brought upon by various factors including climate change, habitat fragmentation, prey decline, and competition from other predators. Strangely, while sabertooths and our species occupied much of the same range, there is currently no archaeological evidence to suggest that they directly interacted or competed with each other. We have a potential cave painting of Smilodon, but nothing of Homotherium. We also have a figurine of a cat from the Upper Paleolithic that is believed to represent a scimitar-toothed cat, though some argue that it could instead represent a cave lion. Despite this, it's possible that we humans may have played our own indirect role in the overhunting of much of its usual prey items. Following an evolutionary arms race during the Pleistocene, the big cats and other large modern felids took over the roles of apex predators in a world devoid of sabertooths, though alas, they too have suffered over the course of the Holocene. Poaching, habitat fragmentation, and even severe genetic bottlenecks that can negatively impact future generations of their species. While de-extinction has often been discussed in regards to reviving Pleistocene megafauna, even for felids like the cave lion, the resurrection of Homotherium or Smilodon is most definitely a pipe dream, even with the discovery of a cub in permafrost. While the cave lion has the added benefit of a living contemporary to aid in the efforts, Machairodons passed with no close living relatives and are too genetically divorced from all modern cat lineages. The disappearance of the Machairodons may in fact be an event that cannot be undone, but should serve as a warning to the world of what a world without big cats may look like if we don't take action now to save them from the threat of extinction. And while we may never see a living, breathing scimitar-toothed cat ever again, their remains help to tell us what we currently know about this impressive hunter. A revered mammoth killer that lived like a lion, hunted like a cheetah, possessed the strength of a tiger, and was the last of its kind to be as widespread as it was. While the Smilodon may be the mascot of the saber-tooth lineage, Its scimitar-toothed relative has also cemented itself as an Ice Age legend in its own right as Homotherium, the Intercontinental Sabretooth.